Okay, HadesOmega here. So I'm kind of doing a little half review of the Shinko 805 tire. So the Shinko 805 is a rear tire for it's a rear big block knobby tire for adventure bikes. It's supposedly for adventure bikes, but hey, I use it on the DR650, which is more like it's a heavy dual sport is what it is. So here it is. This is Shinko 805 in a 130/80/17, and I've already got one on there right now. So that's why I'm doing a review on it. So before I went to Baja, this bike had about 19,000 miles, and right now I think it's at 21,500-ish. Yeah. So I put about 1,500 miles on this tire, and you know what? This tire really impressed me. It's not nearly as knobby looking as the Michelin T63 that it replaced, and yeah. So let's go take a look at it. But like it looks more like a what I'd like to say is it looks kind of like a sand paddle tire is what it is. That's what the design looks like. It looks like a sand paddle tire because it's just got these big bars and big blocks here, and like it's shaped like a paddle. So it's no surprise that it did very good in the sand. I can tell you now that when I rode this in the sand in Baja, it surprised me a lot. It hooked up pretty good. Everyone was running these these gnarly looking knobby desert tires and stuff, and I was rocking this. And I mean, this doesn't look nearly as impressive as those knobby tires, but it impressed me a whole lot. So this is 1,500 miles on the rear tire. It's seen mostly dirt. Probably, I'd like to say 80% dirt is what this tire did, and that's what it looks like. It looks pretty beat up, and I don't have the shock on it right now, so I can't rotate the tire, but you can just observe it from where it is. So I can tell you now that this the sidewalls on these tires are very, very stiff. They're very stiff and strong, because this is a tubeless tire. It's a tubeless tire. It's designed to be on tires that don't have tubes, but I use it on a DR. And also, it's also not too hard to install. I think the T63 was harder to install than this, so it's actually it was actually not too hard to install, other than it being really stiff. And like, I don't know, the weather's like really cold right now. It's gonna be a bitch to install these. but yeah, so that's what it looked like. Let's go measure it. So one of the reasons I wanted to go from the Michelin T63 to this tire is I wanted a tire that lasted longer, and these look like they're okay. Honestly, if I was to look at it, these are about halfway done. So you might be able to get another 1,500 miles off of this, but I can tell you now, at 1,500 miles with the way they look right now and the way I notice they feel when I ride, it's gripping considerably less in the dirt. Pavement, it's okay. Pavement's good. So let's go measure with the knobs. Let's start at the center. The center is, I'll just tell you what it is. You probably can't read it. 6 millimeters. Let's go do another one. 6 millimeters. 6 millimeters. Yeah. So here, knobs are, the center of the knob is 6 millimeter. So let's go check here. I'm getting 11 millimeters there. So I believe my theory is correct. These are 50%. Yeah, knobs are at 50%. Pretty much. What did I say? 6. So it should have been around 12. So yeah, it's just about halfway done. 1,500 miles. So that doesn't sound very impressive at all, actually. But I can tell you now, they still look okay. I would probably go another 1,000 miles on them, but I mean they're definitely not providing the optimal traction anymore. So yeah, so that's the differences between those. And the 804, the Shinko 804 is the front tire version of this. They named it something else. I don't know why. They could have just called it 805 front or whatever the size is. But so yeah. So there it is. That's the Shinko 805. So like I said, I thought they gripped really well, and when I took them to Baja, and I rode these in LA to Barstow to Vegas. The tires look pretty beat up. Look at how much I've leaned them over. I mean, there ain't no chicken strips on this thing, man. It's going all the way here, at least, you know. Maybe some of this isn't touched, but so you can tell I did not go easy on these tires. And I'm not the best rider in the world. I'm not the most aggressive rider in the world, but you know what? I know my way around a twist throttle. So yeah, and you can tell it's kind of chunking in certain places, like right here. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little dark, but yeah, see, it's chunked here a little bit, but all the knobs are still intact. See, look at this chunk right here. So I mean, they're not invincible. Okay, I went and rotated the tire a little bit. So there's this here. There's something coming off. So like little bits and pieces chunk off, but it's not bad. It's not like a whole block. This whole block here is going to be very difficult to tear off. So they're very durable. They're not going to be chunking knobs like some knobbies. Yeah, so it's definitely the knobs or the blocks are very tough on this. Let's rotate it a little more. What else we got here? It's like I did a little burnout here. I've been dragging the tire. See, it's starting to chunk here. Yeah, see. Also, yeah, you can tell it's kind of cracking at the base here, but it's still intact. Come on, focus. There we go. Also, I noticed that when I was on LA to Barstow to Vegas, I got like a kind of like a puncture. Not really a puncture. It didn't go all the way through, but there was like a nail that went in sideways, but it never went all the way through. So it's pretty tough. One thing I did notice is that I've installed this tire on 2 different wheels, and it takes a lot of weight to balance this. Yeah, it seems to have taken a lot of weight to balance this, I think, anyway. But, yeah, so, I mean, this wheel looks good still. They're directional tires, so you have to install them a certain direction. And these are the tubeless version. On-road traction, the pavement traction is very good. Yeah, traction is very good. Maybe when it's like kind of really cold, it may slide a little bit. Other than that, though, it's a great pavement tire too. Good on the dirt, good on the pavement. Mud, I didn't really ride it in too much muddy conditions. But like loose dirt, deep sand, it would do it. It would do it pretty well. And I heard that these tires wear pretty good, but I'm at 1,500 miles, and it's halfway. So 3,000. These are probably no good, no good anymore. But so I'm going back to Baja, so I want a fresh tire. So I'm gonna put a fresh tire before we go back to Baja. But I wouldn't hesitate to put this on and still ride it a little bit, even do more dirt with it. Definitely could. But at the 50% mark, yeah, you definitely notice that, hey, my traction is not as good as it used to be, and the tires look pretty beat up. So that's my review of the Shinko 805. I will be running. Actually, I'll tell you the front tire I was running is the good old Michelin T63. This time around I ordered a 805 and an 804, so I'm going to be running the Shinko 805 and 804 in the front. And the design of the T63 isn't really that much different. See, these look like kind of like paddles too. Than the Shinko 805. I'm just hoping that these give me better durability, and I guess it's I guess the T63 and the 805 are very similar. So only time will tell. See how much, but like I said, you're gonna get 3,000 miles out of this, which is not too bad. I think let me take a look at the T63s. All right, welcome to my wheel collection. So here it is. This is a T63. This is a T63 with like 2,000-ish miles on it, and you can see there's almost no knob left. If you look at the center, I'm not even gonna measure it. That's like 1, 2, maybe 3 millimeters. In fact, I will measure it. Yeah, so in the center I'm getting about 5 millimeters. So wow, really, that sure looks like it's a lot. This one looks like it's a lot. It's got a lot more, but it's not really. It's just a little bit more. Oh no, that's weird. This one is like an 8. Did I measure it wrong? I thought I said 6 before, right? Okay, we have some measuring error here. Okay. Yeah, it's about 6. I think the little wire thing is poking into the tires. Why it seems like it's more, but it's 6, so they wear about the same actually. Yeah. So this is a 6 millimeter, and that Shinko, that T63 is a 5 millimeter. Now I notice a sharp when it gets to this. When the T63s get to this size, height on the knobs, they don't provide very good traction at all. So make a good street tire, I guess. But yeah, so the good thing about the 805 are the blocks are bigger, so they seem to like. It seems like they're lasting longer, even though like they're more. There's more structure to it, you know. That's what I'll say. Yeah, because these still look like they're pretty beefy. Whereas everything was worn out. There's still more tread on the sides. Look at this. It's a lot of tread. So the design is indeed, yeah, it's almost 11 millimeters on the side. So it has kind of like a flatter profile than the T63. The T63 wears like all the blocks wear all the way, whereas this one is like it wears more flat, you know. So and the blocks are bigger. So that's the secret to it. It's its long lastiness is because the blocks are bigger. So there you go. That's my little report, half review report, because these tires are really only halfway done. Like I said, I wouldn't hesitate to put these back on, but I'm gonna go switch them with these, and yeah, I mean this would be a good half and half dual sport tire right now. But I would definitely wouldn't take these on like a long trip or anything, and yeah, so it seems like they last longer than the T63s. They wear better than the T63s is what I'm going to say. They wear about the same, because they're both about half. No, that other one looked like it was pretty bad, yeah. So this one seems to, it looks a lot better than the T63. It's seriously, when I measured it, it's the same, but it looks like it's in much better shape. So that's what I'm going to say. I think these are a better, longer lasting tire than the T63. They wear better. When they wear, they look better, is what I'm gonna say. They good dirt traction, good sand traction. Mud, not really sure. I didn't really do too much riding in mud. Rocks, pretty good. Rocks are rocks. And it's a tough tire. The sidewall is very strong on this tire, because it's a tubeless tire, and yeah, I never had any problem with flats. So it's a fairly cheap tire, under $100. Under $100. I think I paid. I don't remember how much I paid for these. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So I just bought a new set of tires, and the Looks like the front tire was $66 and the rear tire is $90. There you go. So there you go, under $100 tire. I heard that the T63s got cheaper. They were around like 75 bucks now. So I mean, these are still very cost-effective tires, and yeah, so they'll still last a little bit. And the good thing is, like, it's on a lighter bike, so than an adventure bike. I mean, yeah, I load it down with a lot of junk, but it would still be lighter than an adventure bike, is what I think. So like it's more robust because of that. All right, so that's my little half review on the Shinko 805 Shinko Adventure 805. Shinko Adventure Trail 805 is what it's called. It's a kind of long name, but I think it's a great tire. It really impressed me with its performance. HadesOmega out.